All right, what's this Bill Gates Epstein nonsense?
I guess you're just going to do a live react to it right now.
So this is something that happened recently?
This interview came out last night.
Wow. Wow.
It's reported at that time that you had a number of meetings with Jeffrey Epstein, who, when you met him 10 years ago, he was convicted of soliciting prostitution from minors. What did you know about him when you were meeting with him, as you've said yourself, in the hopes of raising money?
I had dinners with him. I regret doing that. He had relationships with people he said, would give to global health, which is a interest I have. Not nearly enough philanthropy goes in that direction. Those meetings were a mistake. They didn't result in what he purported, and I cut them off. That goes back a long time ago now. So there's nothing new on that.
It was reported that you continue to meet with him over several years.
Yo, he's getting pressed. Billy Boy ain't used to that kind of scrutiny.
You haven't seen.
He can be like, do you know who I am, bitch?
And that, in other words, a number of meetings. What did you do when you found out about his background?
Well, I've said I regretted having those dinners. And there's absolutely nothing new on that.
Is there a lesson for you, for anyone else looking at this?
Well, he's dead. So, in general, you always have to be careful. I'm very proud of what we've done in philanthropy, very proud of the work of the foundation. That's what I get up every day and focus on.
Bro, what did he mean by that?
Is there a lesson to be learned from any of this? Well, he's dead, so you got to be careful.
Keep your
like what?
Keep your mouth shut.
What is that response?
He's like, well, he was about to yap when we took him out.
Anyone else looking at this?
Well, he's dead, so
just saying.
In general, you always have to be careful.
In general, you always have to be careful. Your man was fucking kids. Be careful. He's dead. What the fuck are you talking about, Billy Boy? Wow, I never seen him squirm like that.
No, me
He's
neither.
used to always being the top dog. She really brought it to him. PBS News, it's fucking hard.
Sometimes.
Anyone else looking at this?
Again.
Well, he's dead, so
just saying.
In general,
Makes me think he's not dead.
Right.
That's what Wendy Williams said. She's like, well, he's dead.
What do you know, motherfucker?
you always have to be careful. I'm very proud of what we've done in philanthropy. Very proud of the work of the foundation.
That was not the question.
Well, so his answer, she said, "What's the lesson for you?" He said, "Well, he's dead, so you have to be careful."
Well, she specifically said, "Is there a lesson here to be learned for you or anybody else?" And the response is, "Well, he's dead.
Okay,
so you got to be careful.
Don't get caught." I mean, I'm trying to unpack that.
Just saying.
He was squirming though. He knew he was bombing.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, how was he not coached on that?
They probably told the interviewee, because he has hordes of teams and everything, like no Epstein shit. They said you can have Bill on, and they say, but no Epstein shit.
Right.
And she probably tossed him a curveball he wasn't ready for.
Could be.
Because I don't think he would put himself in this position willingly.
Yeah, except, so I included a link underneath because obviously this gives me major Prince Andrew vibes.
Okay, like that. The Epstein ripples.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I do it with everyone.
Right. Well,
and you profusely sweating, and that she went on to have bath, possibly.
There's a slight problem with the sweating.
the difference with this idiot is that he literally came here to talk about.
He was coached.
And fucking bombed. So bad. This motherfucker definitely is guilty.
Because I have a peculiar medical condition, which is that I don't sweat, or I didn't sweat at the time.
I didn't sweat at the time. Yeah, so the backstory is that she the girl who he apparently I don't know how to put it, but
essayed.
So he essayed a girl from Epstein, and she was saying he was like sweating and it was nasty and all this shit. She remembers him sweating a lot, and so his defense is, I didn't sweat at the time. I sweat now, not at the time.
And he sweat before, but just so happens in the period of time where these allegations took place, I was suffering from a condition where I didn't sweat.
Yeah,
so it can't be true.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people dug up photos of him like sweating like a pig.
I mean, I'm sure they did, but you don't even have to go that far. This is like the biggest bullshit.
Hey,
ever.
I couldn't sweat. It's closed.
I didn't sweat at the time, and that was yes, I didn't sweat at the time because I had suffered what I would describe as an overdose of adrenaline in the Falklands War when I was shot at.
Because he was such a hero.
Fucker.
He was such a hero.
So, okay.
He's a
so
warrior.
People who are shot at don't sweat?
That's a very obscure lie.
But I wonder, they went over this.
I mean, that was that was a calculated move. I mean, maybe that is a thing, like adrenaline overdose that prevents you from sweating, yada yada. I mean, I don't believe that that's real.
And I simply, it was almost impossible for me to sweat on that particular.
Almost impossible.
This says in stressful situations, cold sweats are usually mediated by adrenaline. So you do sweat from adrenaline. It's just cold sweats.
Yeah.
So sounds like he maybe was sweating at the time, but.
Was he sweating or not? Who knows? The man says he wasn't sweating. You cannot convict me, O Lord in grace, for I did not sweat at the time. Your Grace, I am accused of essay. My evidence is clear and undeniable. I put forth for your Grace and the Parliament, I could not sweat at the time. Therefore, she is clearly lying. Oh, madre! I can sweat now, of course, but not at the time. Thank you. Maxwell, Prince, and the girl. This is now Exhibit 1, Your Grace. Here you will notice my brow is extremely dry. This was in the Miami heat, and you'll notice not a drop of sweat. Maxwell is looking a little red. The heat is getting to her. But not me, Your Grace. I am dry as Your Grace's 90-year-old... Now here's Exhibit B. You'll notice me dripping in sweat. But this was the time after I couldn't sweat. There was a brief time during my time with Epstein where I couldn't sweat. This was well after that. Ah, Your Grace. It's open and shut. Oh, okay. Prince Andrew. The evidence is clear. You are not guilty. He could not have essayed this girl. My good boy does not sweat. We all know that. Oh, this was when a paparazzi had thrown water at me. I was not sweating, Your Grace. You know me well. I do not sweat.
Also, I just noticed this photo of him with the girl was from 2001. The Falklands War, I believe, was in the 70s?
2001 was the year of no sweat. Everybody knows that.
1982.
We did not sweat in 2001. It's well documented.
So
I heard there was no sun that year, actually.
So for 20 years after the Falklands War, he didn't sweat. But then immediately after that, it started sweating.
It's a known phenomenon. Are you a doctor, Dan? Shut the fuck up.
Woo!
The day that we now understand is the date which is the 10th of March. I was at home. I was with the children.
Dry as a
Beatrice
button.
No
Pizza sweat Express on my body.
In Woking.
Why would you remember that so specifically? Why would you remember a Pizza Express birthday and being at home?
Because going to Pizza Express in Woking is an unusual thing for me to do.
I remember clearly eating Pizza Express on that day. 'Twas a hot day and I was not sweating. I remember clearly, no sweat, and only pizza that day. It was a hot day at Pizza Express. I got a cheese pizza. Fire! With pepperonis.
Do that again.
It was not one sweat on my brow.
Say pepperoni again.
So it is clear, Your Highness, I am not guilty of these horrendous crimes.
He's very Irish for British royalty, which is highly unusual.
I'm the
I
black
would say.
sheep, the family, for not sweating in no.
Good morning, my queens of TikTok above 18.
That guy has more respect than Prince Andrew.
That guy sweats.
At least he's above 18.
Yeah, so thank you, peace and love.
Wow.
You know, I think I did a faux pas earlier. I said we were going to keep it light, and then I said we're going to talk about Gabby Petito. Let's not talk about Gabby Petito.
Okay.
I think everyone's talked about it to death.
Yeah.
Oh, I shouldn't say that either.
Oh.
I don't think anyone would.
Nobody would have even said anything if you didn't point it out. Come on.
Terrible. Tragic.
Very sad.
Very sad.
The fuck, Dan?
It's just,
I can't believe that guy's.
If you hadn't drawn attention to what you said, nobody would have ever thought twice about it.
They would have noticed. They would have noticed. What? Okay, so.